Welcome to EHQ and congratulations on making it into this exclusive competition.
Thank you.
You ready to do this?
Absolutely ready.
Let's go.
The pressure is on.
Please welcome Terry Pett.
I will be your co-judge and mentor.
At this point, everybody intimidates me the most because they're gunning for my job.
Each and every one of you gets exactly 5 minutes to interview Bonang.
Hello.
How are you?
How did they do with the interviews
Good.
with you?
Some were really terrible. Some were really, really good.
Guys, welcome to your very first elimination.
Just being average is not good enough. The person who will be leaving and not getting that 1 year long contract with E is Sean.
It's just past 7 in the morning and we are at the E headquarters on my Celsi cam. How's the peeps?
Wow, it's a different look, isn't it? Good morning, presenters.
Good morning.
Hope you guys had a great rest. Congratulations on making it to the next week. And hope that you've recovered from seeing the shock of Sean leave the competition. But also, I hope that's a reminder to what's at stake here. One of you will be walking away with a year-long contract working for E.
In the world of television, anything can happen, but the show must go on. So today we won't be providing you with a glam squad. You'll have to do your own hair, makeup, and do your own styling. That will be a task. You only have an hour to look like an E presenter. I was like, yes, this is something I can do, thank God.
Well, guys, you have exactly 1 hour in which to complete your task. After that, you can meet Terry and myself in the lounge. Good luck.
Thank you.
I think I'm just gonna quickly get my straighten and then maybe sort my hair out.
Have you seen the size of a bronzing bottle?
Let me see.
I didn't bring it. I need to keep it.
What did scare me was that we were a gang of people having to share a space.
Oh no, now everybody gets to see our secrets, man. So Jean, even as a guy, you feel like you have to angle your face.
Jean-Marc is also a next level with that hair, and his face beat is for the god. He literally wakes up at 5 to start with his own makeup before he goes to makeup. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, actually.
Hello?
Yes.
Anyone have hairspray? Can't you have hairspray?
Me.
Please borrow me your hairspray.
I saw it. I can tell you, Jean Martin has his spray.
I'm so chic.
Mosa.
Chic.
It's you. It's you.
Final touches, doing some hair.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. I think I'm done.
Wow.
You ready?
Really? Ta-da!
Wow, you guys look great and you did it on time. Now, you might be wondering what today's challenge was about. Well, it's to prepare you for what's coming. Today's challenge was to test you guys as professionals. How do you deal when you've been thrown a curveball? When you've been thrown into a situation that's unexpected? Do you think quick? Do you think on your feet? Do you adapt to the situation?
And speaking of that, today's challenge will be on location away from the E headquarters. When you arrive on location, you'll each receive a package with all the information and have 30 minutes to prepare. So use that time wisely.
Just a heads up from me, your Celsi smartphones. Practice your technique using them. Guys, good luck.
Thank you.
In this episode, all the challenges that we have set up for presenters will have something go wrong, and we'll be judging them on how they maintain their grace under fire and manage to make the best out of a bad situation.
And of course, our celebrity guests have been briefed and they're in on the secret, so they'll be playing along. The only people that don't know are presenters. Guys, thank you so much for agreeing to do this. Stacey, Roxy, I really appreciate you guys helping us out here. You guys are seasoned presenters. But also, you're an interviewer, particularly with sports people. You know how difficult that can be at times.
Oh, I know. One-word answers is the worst.
Yeah?
Yeah. But I mean, you have to learn to navigate it and you have to learn to understand personalities as well, right?
And that's what today is about. Roxy,
Sure, yeah.
you've gone the world over doing interviews. Some of them must have been in the dumps.
I've had a few bad ones. I shan't mention any very famous actors, but generally the press junkets where you're going to interview people for movies. You know, these actors and actresses have been in the same room the entire day answering the same questions. You've got 4 minutes. They're literally like, they count you down from the second you sit down. So yes, I won't mention his name, but I've had a very bad interview with one very famous actor.
Well, think of this as a e-search press junket type thing. Because
Okay.
That's exactly what's going to be going on. They have 5 minutes, and you guys must be at your worst behavior.
Okay.
But you're going to be interviewing Roxy Burger, TV presenter and personality. You have exactly 5 minutes to do this interview, and it's only one take. Your 5 minutes starts now.
I'm standing right here at the red carpet with the Roxy Burger. Hello, Roxy.
Hi.
How you doing?
Great.
I'm very good, thanks. This, of course, you do know that it's the final reveal for who's going to be the face of E. Now, are you happy to be here?
You got lipstick on your teeth.
So I was like, okay, good looking out, girl. Like, let's carry on, you know?
Tell me about your wedding dress.
Funny story, went and bought a wedding dress, paid the deposits and hated it.
Oh my gosh, how are you, my baby?
More people on set. This is
the
fantastic.
longest time. Sorry, we haven't seen each other. You
How
know,
you doing?
when
This
you're
is
busy
Stacey.
celebrities, you don't
Ladies
get
and
to bump
gentlemen, they're
into
gonna
each
have
other.
us. Nothing was worse in my entire existence than the moment Stacey walked up. She was virtually impossible to deal with, though. Never in my life have I ever seen someone who does. Who does that? Who does that?
What By the way, you look really...
She started touching me somewhere in the interview, and I pulled away for a second, and what I realized is we are live. So it doesn't matter if she touches me or if she pushes me, we're live somewhere, and I've just gotta make a plan and work with it.
Can you squat? Show us a squat.
Not yet. Okay, hold on to the mic for me.
Before you ask me a question, you
Hold
gotta
on to
show
the
me a
mic. I'm gonna
squat.
show you my
You gotta
squat.
drop down. Okay, hold it.
So I decided to do squats right there on the spot.
Horrible.
I'm always like, it's my fault. It's not my fault. It's Stacey's fault. She destroyed my interview. Thank you, Stacey, wherever you are. So show me your squat, Stacey.
No. Do you think I should show him a squat?
I think you should. You made the man show.
Okay, so the thing about a squat is you never let your knees go over your toes, right? So you've always got to lean backwards into it. And
Nice.
then you squat. Are you going to show us a squat?
Show us your squat, Roxy. I like what I see.
I do this wherever I
Say
go.
that one more time, Roxy.
Oh, she's a CrossFitter. You go, girl.
Fit lady is here. If I go home, it's Stacey's fault, and I'm gonna go find her.
You are now part of the biggest magazine show top billing.
True story.
Girl.
Yeah. Do you have a question about it?
So I'm gonna try the best trick in the book, which is flattery. Who's behind it, darling?
Oh, no,
Give me all the information, darling.
Okay, it's just me, myself, and I, darling. It's just
This
me.
is your closet.
Yeah,
Can
this
I
is
shop in your closet?
No, I don't share.
You know what? I'm gonna close it up. And that's it for me, Musa Kaza. Check you inside. Thank you very much, Roxanne Berger. Oh, did I have to stop when he came in?
Yeah, you used a good time.
She just left me.
The director's like, is that your time? So I'm like, oh, time. And like, there's still a few minutes left. So I'm like, okay, owned it. Okay, so I just got word from my director that this interview had to be longer than it should. But Roxy was scaring me so much, I had to run away.
Is there anything you'd like to say to your friends at home?
Nah, I'm okay.
No, you're okay?
I'm good.
Not even for E? I mean, really?
Punctuation is your friend.
Come on. Thank you so much, Roxy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Roxy,
Thank
and thank
you.
you very much, Jess. Your 5 minutes is unfortunately up.
Woo! My nose is sweating.
Walk away so we can watch.
I'll squat away.
Yeah, there you
Oh, you go, boy. Well done.
Look, I didn't want to buckle under pressure, but I really got taken aback by just the coldness of the interview.
I'm not a horrible person. I mean, when I do something, I do it properly.
go. Oh, that was really brilliant.
I
Talk to me
committed.
about what Jess did. Did she go with the situation? Was she great? How was she?
I thought she was amazing. I mean, even she made light of the fact that I touched her bum.
Yeah.
She was totally fine with that. So she went with it.
What did you think of Musa?
She did really well. I could tell every now and again, I could see the look in her eye, and she was probably thinking, you know what, actually I wish I could just kind of give it back to you and tell you off. But she didn't. She did stand a little bit too close every now and again. She, you know, sometimes you kind of feel like, okay, just a little bit more space, and possibly for microphone technique, not too high up.
Double trouble. Hashtag OMG. Hashtag WTH. Hashtag what's going on?
What?
Guys?
You were nuts.
I decided that was my game plan, like to be one of those whirlwinds. What the heck? I have no idea what to do, but he handled it extremely well.
And what he did was brilliant. He brought you to the side.
Yeah.
So he put us together so that he could interview
And he
both
could
of us
control
and he
it.
could control the situation.
And he got both of you
Brilliant.
to squat.
Exactly.
I loved that.
When you can get celebrities or people that you're interviewing to do fun, crazy things
Yes,
in an
that's
interview, it's
key.
gold. It's
Yeah.
content gold.
Yeah,
You guys
that
did a
was
great
very
job.
good. Well,
And thank you so much for the feedback as well. We really appreciate having you here. Group bag.
So the challenge today, you're gonna interview her. We have an auto cue ready for you.
2 questions in, auto cue dies. And you're like, what is going on?
Today's challenge was to test you guys as professionals. How do you deal when you've been thrown a curveball? You guys must be at your worst behavior.
You're looking amazing. Sorry, we're just having a conversation.
Who does that? Who does that?
Sinazo, thank you so much for joining us. I'm so excited to have you because you are one of our top presenters in the country. So you've been doing interviews for more than a decade, for a few years, I think. So what we're gonna do, they're gonna come and give an interview. We give them 5 minutes each, and they'll have one take. So we'll have an auto cue there where they'll ask you questions. But the trick is we're gonna switch it off at some point, and we wanna see if they can maintain grace, under fire. I mean, I'm sure that has happened to you before.
It's happened more times than I care to count on live television also. So I'm very familiar with this concept of one take and that's all you've got.
Wow, I can't wait to see how they're gonna do. So I'm gonna go fetch one.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sure I don't have to introduce the lovely Sinazo.
No, you don't.
So the challenge today, you're gonna interview her for 5 minutes. We have an auto cue ready for you.
Great. Oh, good. Thank you. Great.
All
Thank
the
you so
best.
much.
I've never done auto cue before.
So the questions will be there and you have to make the most of it.
I interviewed Simpiwe. Simpiwe is not someone that I know. Yes, I've seen him at events. Yes, I've seen him out and about. I've never met him. I've heard all about you.
Oh my God. Good things, I hope.
Positive things all the way.
Well, good evening and welcome to E. I'm Ayanda Nhlapo and thank you for joining us tonight. We have fabulous and delightful Sinazo Yolwa.
Absolutely stunningly beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, Okay, let me take that again. We're live on E with your girl, Denise Naidu.
Good afternoon to you, sir. How are you doing?
I'm cool, thanks. How are you? Good afternoon to you too, Abigail.
Our industry is going through a very tough time.
Please tell us about what you're currently working on. You know you don't talk about these things until the pen, or rather the ink, has dried on the paper. I'm working in the rest of the African market as well as overseas.
2 questions in, auto cue dies. And you're like, what is going on? And Terry says, 1 take, no stopping.
When all else fails, have a conversation with what you know.
At least our shoes are fabulous, and this is actually one thing I know about you. Can we talk about shoes to just bring it back together, bring the harmony back?
And I want to go back to 2010 when you got your big break on the A-list.
Yeah.
How did it happen and how was that for you?
It was a challenge, I must say. That was a big challenge.
I want to be a little bit controversial. What is your take currently on our students with the Fees Must Fall campaigns that everyone is running and everything that's going on?
And on the topic of staying inspired, you've worked on some of the biggest platforms in the country, SA Fashion Week, for example. Talk us through that experience.
It's terrifying, guys. Like, I don't know, cry with me.
Simpiwe, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate chatting to you.
Thank you. Oh, professional. Make you sad.
All right. Bye. Bye-bye. Good luck.
Thank you.
So Simpiwe, what do you think of Abigail?
I actually don't see her as the E presenter. An E-entertainment presenter, someone who epitomizes style, glamour, you know what I mean, finesse. For me, she's a bit raw. Denise was amazing, but I want amazing. A big no-no for me. She's fluent, she's flawless, but definitely not for this one for me.
I actually liked Ayanda's energy. You couldn't really pick up where the auto cue might have left her, but you could see she's a little bit nervous, but she carried herself very well. Jean-Martin was, I don't know, the energy didn't flow so much for me. He felt like he had targets that he needed to reach, and then it was, okay, that question is done. Let me go on to that question.
Well, Sinazo, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope that your favorite will win the competition.
Terry, thank you very much for having me. I think that the two contestants that you brought have a lot of potential, and whoever takes it will be deserving.
Presenters, welcome back home.
Thank you.
I understand you had a tough day at the office? I can tell you, it goes wrong sometimes. Do you want something to make you feel a little bit better?
Yeah.
Take a look at this.
Hey there, contenders. So you've had a rough day, but do not lose heart. Finding yourself on camera and what feels like a totally out of control situation sooner or later definitely happens to all of us. Check out this now classic Ryan Seacrest moment all the way back in 2008 as he attempts to begin an interview on the Academy Award red carpet.
Ryan! Ryan Seacrest! Hi! You! I've been looking for you for years.
Oh no! What I do?
What you haven't done.
Let me ask you about your dresses. Who's made? What?
How are you doing?
I'm a little nervous, but don't worry. We have people. Tell me about your dress.
I'm wearing Michael Kors.
And he just wouldn't quit.
Hello, how are you?
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
God bless you.
Thanks.
You know Jennifer Garner?
Ryan later said, I wasn't quite sure what was going on, but you kind of just go with it. As a top E presenter, you have to be ready to tackle anything and still remain as cool as possible. Your preparation and experience are definitely key. It's how you respond that means everything.
So guys, see, it happens to the very best in the world. You just always got to be ready for the unexpected. That was pretty scary.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, actually.
So I'll tell you what, Terry and I are going to go deliberate on how you guys performed on your last challenge, and we'll get back to you. Presenters, you may go back to the glam room.
I definitely hope that I stay long enough in this competition to show progress.
That was a tough challenge. I mean, I know some industry giants that would have struggled with that.
Well, Ayanda did very well. I was quite excited that she took all the no's from the previous challenge. I mean, she looked really nervous, but she composed herself and she gave a good interview.
Jess, her mic technique was everywhere, but she kept composed and she was genuinely shocked at how bad this interview was going. But very much like last interview, she was just okay.
If they really want to win this, they have to honestly excel, because we have people like Abigail who, gave a beautiful interview.
I would like to say Musa was my favorite, but she wasn't. She was loud, she struggled with the interview. She left the interview and walked off, leaving a guest behind her. So all in all, not one of my favorites.
I wish I can take Musa's energy and put in John Martin, but he's just not there. It's so hard to defend someone who's not delivering.
I'll tell you what, if you're gonna shut someone down, it better be Kat, because he knows how to unlock that door. He was thrown for a curveball, but he recovered so well.
And lastly, I had Deneen. Overall, she was also too nervous. And to stop, an interview and to say, okay, can we do it again? That's not okay, especially if the challengers say it's one take. She let me down a bit.
This is probably our toughest one yet, but a decision has to be made. Are you ready?
I'm not.
Presenters, congratulations on completing your second challenge.
I want everybody to go home. I won't even choose one. I'll give you all their names. I want everyone to go home. I'm not gonna pick one. All of them must go home.
Kat.
Abigail.
This is not buddy, buddy, buddy. This is a competition. And you might think that someone is your best friend. Meantime, they are hoping or saying that you are the next to leave.
Abigail, when the auto cue went off, I did not even notice that, because you were so good and you delivered.
Kat, it's hard enough to have to interview celebrities, but to get them doing squats and squat along with you is amazing. Kat, Abigail, you're the winners of this challenge.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You can go off to the glam room.
Oh my God, he's got 2, I've got 1, but I'm so happy. How are you feeling?
This is unbelievable, unreal.
Oh my gosh.
On every level.
Jessica, Ayanda, you both are safe. You can go back to the glam room.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. To find out that I'm safe, I'm starting to not like hearing that word. I've always thought that I'm talented, but clearly my good is not enough.
Jean-Martin, Deneen, and Musa. You guys are in the bottom 3.
Jean-Martin, I am rooting for you so much. I wanted to win, but I cannot defend you if you let yourself down. Deneen, in life you only have one takes, and with your challenge, you called cut. You did manage to recover and give a good interview.
Musa, you have such a bubbly personality. You're a dynamite. But it's not your personality that explodes. It's your voice. It's a really big voice, but you need to be able to handle it. It was uncomfortable watching you crouching up on Roxy the way you did. You even left your guest behind on your red carpet. Jean-Martin, please surrender your e-mic, but you may keep your Cell C smartphone.
Deneen, your time in the competition is over. Please surrender your microphone, but you may keep your Cell C smartphone.
Musa, in your hand is the most powerful mic in entertainment. I believe you have the capabilities and the talent to work with that mic.
Yes, Andile.
But I can't keep believing if you're not showing me.
Yes, Andile.
Musa, you're safe.
Thank you.
And you may go to the glam room.
Thank you.
That was real hard, actually.
Now I know what I signed up for.
This is not the end of an entire career for me. I'm a multi-talented person, and I gave it my best shot.
Abigail, Katlejo, Mosa, Jessica, and Ayanda. You girls and guys, you all beautiful. You've got fantastic, fantastic careers ahead of you. I'm rooting for all of you, and make it your own.
You guys get to host a dinner party.
There's only 5 of you left. I don't know how many of you will go through to the next round.
Remember the objectives of this challenge.
Oscar, I think you are inspiring and you're beautiful inside and out.
That's the basic. You get a name right.
It's anybody's game to lose at this point.
I don't think I was the worst.
Who was?